What is going on, guys? Niveleth here, and welcome back to another video. It's been over a year since my last discussion video like this, as I've been mostly just live streaming here on the channel. I've wanted to get back into making videos for a while, and now here we are. If you like discussion videos about the gaming industry or live streams of random games, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more. Make sure to leave a like on the video and comment your thoughts down below. Today's topic is one that gets me a little bit angry. The Star Wars Battlefront franchise is one that is very dear to me. I played the original games growing up as a kid, and then when EA rebooted the franchise in 2015, they were pretty much all I played. I loved the 2015 game, but the 2017 entry of Star Wars Battlefront 2 was the one I played the most. I built my YouTube channel making videos on that game, and I streamed it almost every day for over 2 years. Unfortunately, the game had its support pulled right when it was at the peak of its lifespan, and it seems like the franchise has now been abandoned altogether. The team at DICE dealt with a rocky launch with Battlefront 2, as the loot box controversy might have made it the most catastrophic game launch in recent memory. Still, the game wasn't abandoned fully, as a small team at DICE did everything they could to bring the game back from the depths of gaming hell. Over the next 2 years, Battlefront 2 was supplied with consistent monthly content updates. By the time the game was considered done, it was a full-blown Star Wars shooter with tons of content. The game obviously still had some bugs and frustrating gameplay mechanics, but it was still an overall positive experience. The developers were pulled off the game for a couple of reasons. The main reason was that Battlefront 2 didn't have a reliable monetization method, so EA wasn't making money off the game anymore. It seems like that could have been easily corrected, as I don't think it would have been too hard to add a fleshed out cosmetic system where they release character skins every month and charge money for them. But they didn't even try. Even a battle pass system would have been a sufficient method for monetizing the game. With how many players there were on Battlefront 2, I imagine EA would have made a lot of money off of a battle pass. The other reason for Battlefront 2's demise was Battlefield 2042. 2042 was DICE's upcoming major release at the time, and they wanted the Battlefront 2 developers to move over to 2042 to get it ready for release. We all see how that worked out, as 2042 has been a colossal failure in every way, but it is what it is. To make the situation sting even more, former Battlefront 2 creative director Dennis Branval revealed on Twitter that the early concepts for the next Battlefront 2 update was Ahsoka, Asajj Ventress, and the planet Mustafar. This was the plan before EA informed them that the Scarif update would be the final update for the game. Ouch. Now that the brief history for Battlefront is over, let's talk about how the franchise as a whole has been abandoned and downright murdered. Whether you see it or not, the Star Wars Battlefront community is massive. The game sold incredibly well, and most players are very happy and impressed with how Battlefront 2 was brought back from the brink of death. After the release of the Celebration Edition of the game near the end of its lifespan, the player count was higher than it was at the launch. The game had a ton of momentum when they pulled the plug on it, which means the Battlefront franchise had a ton of momentum. There would be almost zero outrage if EA and DICE had plans to make another Battlefront game, but as we found out a couple months ago, they have no intention of continuing the franchise. Gaming insider Tom Henderson released a report where he had information about the future of the Battlefront franchise. According to his statement, DICE pitched the idea of a Battlefront 3 to EA, but it was shot down due to licensing costs. Licensing costs are the percentage of sales money that Disney and Lucasfilm require from EA's profit of the games with the Star Wars name. At first, this was something that really bothered me, as it just looks like EA being their usual money-hungry selves, but the more I think about it, the less it makes sense. If they're concerned about licensing costs, why are they still making more Star Wars games? Respawn Entertainment, an EA studio, is currently working on 2 Star Wars titles. If licensing costs were the reason Battlefront 3 got shot down, then why are they still making other Star Wars games? It just makes no sense. They still have to pay licensing fees on the other Star Wars games that they're developing. Overall, this situation is frustrating and makes no sense at all. The franchise had a massive player base and a ton of potential. The hype for a Battlefront 3 would be immense, and they would make a ton of money off of it. If they released the game in a finished state with tons of content and a proper cosmetic monetization system, the earning potential would be limitless. I understand that Respawn is working on a Star Wars shooter, and yes, I'm excited for it. But the Battlefront gaming experience is one that I've grown very fond of, and I'm not sure any other studio can capture the grandiose nature of the Battlefront games, with the vast open battles and the insane player choice that lets people play as whatever Star Wars hero, villain, trooper, or vehicle that they want to. For all we know, the Respawn shooter could be a battle royale or a one-dimensional shooter that doesn't let you play as heroes. With the death of the Battlefront franchise, it's unknown if we'll get a Star Wars shooter on this scale again. I love Star Wars, and I will buy any Star Wars game that looks relatively interesting to me. I just wish this beloved series wasn't killed off in such a cold, brutal fashion. All the years of excitement since 2015 about this series that we love so much seems like such a distant memory now. No more getting hyped for content updates, no more speculating what content will be in the game at launch. It's just a bitter thought. If the Battlefront franchise never makes a return, I'm not sure I will ever forgive EA. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more gaming videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one.